Have you ever sat down to watch a show you used to love, and suddenly, it feels like a chore? Like you're forcing yourself to get through it, not because it's good but because you've already invested too much time? That's exactly where viewers are with Love and Marriage, Huntsville. The magic is gone, and now fans are turning off their TVs, closing the app, and walking away from a show that once ruled their Saturday nights. And let's not act like this is coming out of nowhere. The shift is real. The excitement, the heart, the raw energy that used to make this show feel special, it's just not there anymore. People aren't just over it. They're disappointed. What once was a bold, chaotic but beautiful journey through black excellence and messy love stories, now feels like a recycled mess with no clear purpose. Let's be honest, Martell is still at the center of it, and at one point, he brought drama that kept people watching. But now? His storyline feels like an old movie on repeat. No growth. No healing. Just circles of confusion. It's like he's trapped in the same mess he created years ago, and somehow, we're all expected to care. The ghost of Arion still lingers even though she's never even been on screen. How is someone not even on the show taking over the narrative? OWN executives have reportedly noticed too. Word is, they've been on emergency calls with Carlos King, and they are not happy. They're watching something powerful slip through their fingers. This show used to be messy but inspiring. Now, it feels like a train wreck without direction. Even Carlos himself, who once stayed behind the camera, is jumping in the drama like he's part of the cast. Remember when he clapped back at fans who questioned his 43% rise in viewership? He got shady, saying, "I love when people outside the club think they know how the club works." But fans weren't having it. They clapped back harder, reminding him, "We built this club." They're not wrong. The audience made this show successful. They tweeted, posted, hosted watch parties. They created a whole culture around this series. But now? That culture is crumbling. Viewers say the episodes feel confusing and disconnected. Melody's barely promoting the show. She's silent on social media, posting cryptic quotes, and not tagging the show at all. That silence speaks volumes. Without her energy, the rest of the cast feels lost. Martell without Melody is just noise. No redemption, no direction, just bitterness on repeat. And what's going on with the rest of the cast? The Whitlows, the Fletchers, Maurice and Kimmy, they've basically disappeared. Meanwhile, new faces like Ken and Trish are taking over like they own the show. 2 episodes in and they've already outshined some of the original cast. One fan even said, "This feels like desperation, not storytelling." And that's exactly what it looks like. It feels like production is throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. Behind the scenes, it's no better. Fans have noticed choppy edits, awkward cuts, missing scenes, and conversations that make no sense. It's like they're scrambling to create drama when the real story just isn't there anymore. And let's be real, once viewers can smell the fake, the magic is gone. So now fans are asking a tough question: is it time to let the show go? Or is there something left to save? Because right now, it doesn't feel like Love and Marriage is giving either love or marriage. It's not giving healing or growth. It's just giving chaos, and not the fun kind. Carlos King is no rookie. He knows how reality TV works. He knows what drives views. But even the best producers can't stop the fall when the audience starts checking out emotionally. And that's what's happening. Viewers aren't just bored, they're exhausted. Tired of watching Martell do the same thing. Tired of Melody being the only one who brought elegance and accountability. Tired of watching a show fall apart in real time. Let's talk about Melody for a second. She's the reason many fans tuned in to begin with. She brought class, strength, and a real storyline that felt personal. Her journey of rebuilding, raising her kids, launching businesses, that was powerful. But now, she's quiet. And that silence doesn't feel like PR. It feels intentional. Like she's saying, "I've outgrown this." And let's be real, she probably has. Without her presence, Martell's spiral feels like noise with no direction. Without Melody's grace and balance, the show is just chaos without contrast. And somehow, Arion is still being dragged into the story. Why? She's not on the cast. She's never been filmed. But her name keeps getting mentioned because Martell has no other story left to tell. And now we have Ken and Trish. At first, they were fresh and interesting. But now, they feel forced. They're dominating airtime like producers are betting on them to save the whole show. But instead of saving it, their presence is making it more obvious that something's missing, something real. Even the ratings are messy. OWN's cable numbers dropped, but online? That's a different story. The full episode pulled 140,000 views in just 5 days on YouTube. Clips are doing well too. So clearly, people still care, they're just choosing how they watch. They're picking clips, skipping filler, and ignoring the fluff. Allegedly, OWN is aware of this. That's why they haven't pulled the plug yet. Because while traditional ratings matter to networks, digital buzz matters too. But if the story doesn't evolve, it's only a matter of time before fans stop watching altogether. And let's not forget the cast's cryptic posts. Stormy hinted at drama behind the scenes. Destiny liked comments saying the show's gone too far. It doesn't feel like a happy team anymore, it feels like everyone wants out. And here's the kicker, there's talk that Melody might be getting her own show. No Martell. No drama. Just her kids, her peace, and her growth. And if that's true, it might be the final blow. Because if Melody walks away with her fanbase, love and marriage, Huntsville might not have anything left to stand on. OWN isn't clueless. They know exactly what kind of storm they're dealing with. The question now is, can they control the damage, or has it already spun completely out of control? The heart of love and marriage, Huntsville, was never just about cheating scandals, social media drama, or loud arguments. At its core, the show had a purpose. It was about watching Black couples build together, fall apart, and hopefully grow again. It was about love, forgiveness, healing, and showing that even through the mess, there's a deeper meaning. But somewhere along the way, that purpose got buried under too many fake arguments, shallow edits, and plot lines that feel like they were written in a hurry. Instead of giving us real moments, we've been handed chaos for entertainment. And honestly, viewers are tired. Not just bored, emotionally tired. And you can see it all over the internet. People aren't just tweeting jokes anymore, they're picking apart scenes, calling out the editing, pointing out when conversations feel forced or when storylines feel thrown together. The audience isn't dumb. These viewers have invested years into this show. They've cried with these people, cheered for them, argued in the comments, and even defended the show when it stumbled before. But this time, they feel played. And once trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. OWN still has a small window to make things right. But that window is closing, fast. If they want to save this franchise, it's not going to happen by just shuffling new cast members in or throwing together last-minute storylines. They need to go back to the basics: authenticity. Put the original cast front and center. Not just for drama, but to give viewers the real, raw, and unfiltered journeys they came here for. Let scenes breathe. Stop rushing 5 arguments into one episode. Give us space to feel, not just react. Martell's storyline especially needs a direction. Viewers are over the constant back and forth. Either give him a real redemption arc, one that shows true growth, or step him out of the spotlight. Because right now, he's stuck in a loop, and it's draining to watch. There's no healing, no real change, just the same man making the same choices over and over again. And then there's Melody. She's not just a cast member, she's been the backbone of this show. If she's moving on, let her do it gracefully. Don't silence her journey or hide her behind cryptic quotes and shadowed promos. And if she's staying, give her the respect she deserves, let her tell her story in full, not just as a side note to the mess. The other original cast members also deserve better. Kimmy's health journey touched so many people, why bury that? Why not allow her to open up again? Why reduce real-life challenges to a few seconds of screen time? The Whitlows, the Scotts, the Fletchers, they all have lives that go far beyond the fighting. Show that. Show the wins. Show the losses. Show the reality. That's what makes people care. And while we're being honest, let's address the shift in where people are watching. Streaming isn't the future anymore, it's the present. OWN's digital presence is growing because people are choosing when and how they want to tune in. That first full episode got over 140,000 views on YouTube in less than a week. Clips are getting tens of thousands more. The audience is still there, but they're no longer glued to the TV on Saturday nights. They're watching on phones, tablets, replaying highlights, skipping the nonsense. OWN needs to lean into that. Give people the full experience online. Post extended scenes, uncut interviews, behind-the-scenes clips that actually mean something. Stop chasing outdated TV numbers and start building loyalty in the spaces where fans are already showing up. Because that's where the energy is. And maybe, just maybe, this mess is the opportunity the show needs. Maybe things had to fall apart for a reason. Maybe this is the wake-up call. Because deep beneath the drama, the show still has value. It still has stories worth telling. It still has a legacy that can be saved if the people in charge are willing to truly listen. But if Carlos and OWN keep ignoring the fans, keep pretending like nothing's wrong, then yeah, this whole thing could collapse. Quietly. No big finale. No satisfying reunion. Just a show that slowly fades out, leaving behind confusion, disappointment, and missed potential. So here we are at a crossroads. Will this be the sad ending of what could have been something legendary? Or will OWN and Carlos finally give the people what they've been asking for, something real, something healing, something honest? Because at the end of the day, it's not too late, but it's definitely getting close. Let us know what you think. Is the show beyond saving, or is there still hope for love and marriage, Huntsville to rise again? Thanks for watching. See y'all in the next video. This is Celeb Nova, where the drama ends and the truth begins.